What's going on YouTube? Back with another video. I just finished recording my big video, so little voice is a little dry, so apologize for that. But this build is probably, I would say, my most comp quote unquote build. You can pretty much use him anywhere. I made him for twos. He's a 6'9" build. He's pretty much, I guess, the most meta build. I really wasn't making him for meta. It was making him to stop meta because this build was made pre-patch, patch 2, so it was a lot of people just running around fading. I was playing a few twos and I was like, all right, I can't do it no more, so I had to make a build to stop people from fading. Just being able to switch on a taller build, so, and a little faster than what I had before, so I ended up making this for that reason. But he's also a really good ones build, he's a really good threes build, and he's a really good fives build too, depending on how you use him. So there's plenty of ways you can use this build, but we're gonna get into the build right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll run down the Sigs I got on, run down the cat breakers and everything. I'll just show you guys how to make the build first. But before that, I always like to spread the word in my intro. So from Romans 8:18, Paul wrote, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. So that's Romans 8:18. So when I read that, I think of all the things that all the apostles had to go through, all the sufferings that they endured, especially Paul, the amount of times he was thrown in prison, everything that he had to go through. So he didn't just write this. All the disciples, apostles, whatever you want to call them, everything that they wrote and spoke about was stuff that they really went through. They wouldn't have wrote and spoke on that stuff if they really didn't see it and believe it and know that it was true. They wouldn't have went out the way they went out and stood that firm on things that they thought was a lie. Nobody would do that, stand on a lie that much. So anything that he wrote, you can take with faith. But he's writing and saying that the things that we're going through in this world right now, the things that you may be going through, it can't compare to what is in store for us after. And all the, you can honestly just read about the things that the rewards in heaven and stuff like that. If you can think of the best thing in this world, that the thing that you love the most in this world, anything materialistic thing that you want in this world, or anything non-physical, whatever the dang word is, I'm forgetting, but you can think of anything in this world and it can't compare to what is going to be in heaven. So those rewards are numerous times greater that you can't even think of, and just being in the presence with Jesus, and that's pretty much the greatest thing. We can't get better than that. So consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. So that's just my thoughts on the word verse of the day. Getting into the build, we got we went small forward, we went 6'9", we went 186, because at 186 you get that 76 strength. I don't know if that's what the reason was. I don't remember why I did it, but then I went 7'3" for that 72 strength, 7'3" wingspan. So that's why I went with this 72, because that's going to be important for another badge. But so first thing I was thinking, I'm gonna run twos, and because this was my mentality running twos, so I'll run down. When I'm running twos, I'm like, okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is I want his perimeter to be a 91. So let's max that out at 91 right there. Well, not max out, but challenger gold at the 92, it's really not worth it. I won't lie, it's really not worth it. So I kept it at a 91. Then the next thing, I want him to be fast. I need him to be moving, being able to switch and guard these cheesers. So I went with an 83 agile. Now I had it at 85, but I had to move it down to play the cat breakers, so that's what I did. Strength, like I said, I wanted it at a 72. You see, you get that brick wall. I set a few screens if I'm running the 2 for my small guard on 2s, and that's going to help him get open. If I want to, I can max +2 that to get a gold, just to have the brick wall. That's why I put it up there. And then vert, we're going to move all the way up to an 80. Then I'm thinking board. I do need board, because on 2s, when somebody misses a shot, it's rare. So when you're playing a bunch of sweaty red plate lobbies, you need to be able to board the ones that come to you. So we're going to move our defensive all the way up to an 86. We're going to max that out just because you can leave it at 85. I just went 86 because I was just like, I don't really care. I just need the boards. But honestly, 85, you don't, I guess that costs a little decent amount, but I went 86. You can do what you got to do. Steal, then I moved to an 85 because that's usually the sweet spot with the gold interceptor. Then block, I was gonna go with a 94 and max it out at a 99, but if I'm running mainly 2s, I was like, it's whatever. If I get the ball, it's pretty much good. I just need to be able to get up high enough to contest like a 7-4 if I'm guarding them. So 88 block is perfectly fine. And then interior, I just kept it at a 70 because people do not play inside. Even the people that do try to back me down, it doesn't work. So I was like, whatever, I'll just leave it like that. Playmaking, I left all of this the exact same. Midi, max it out at 83. Three ball, max it out at 80. Free throw, we're not touching it. I wasn't even thinking about rec. If you do play rec and you want to use this build for rec or fives, pro am, whatever, you can add a little bit of free throws. Up to you. I haven't even used. I used them like twice, and I haven't tried a free throw yet, so it is what it is. And then dunk, I moved up to an 87 just for the rolls when I'm driving. Just wanted some standing or some driving dunk. That's a silver poster, and you get the contacts, the one package. Then I had a little bit more to play around with, and I was like, let me put it on layup. Now I liked how I put it on layup because that gives me some better like hop animations, some scoops, and even when I try to go up for a dunk and sometimes he doesn't get the dunk off, it puts me into a layup, and I have a decent enough layup to have some good layup packages, and then also just being able to make the layups with some decent badges like physical finisher. So that's the build. You can use them anywhere, like I said, and here I'll get into the Sigs and the cat breakers once I get there. All right, so here's the build. And here's the cat breaker. So like I said, just because I'm running the 2 doesn't mean that I didn't want ball handle. My whole purpose was in case I do run the 1, I do want ball handle on this build. So where I'm at right now is with 7 cat breakers just from lifetimes. I got the 2 lifetime cat breakers. I got 2 crew cat breakers. You guys probably have more, but I have 2 crew cat breakers, and then I have 2 from Brett. So from rookie 4 and starter 3, whatever it is. So those are my 7 cat breakers, and then I have 2 from specialization, which I chose defense because that's the first one I did, and I'm not doing another one. So I chose defense, and then I just put it on the 2 agility. So I made the build, and I was like, I'm just gonna choose defense specialization anyway. So I didn't want nothing else. My perim, there was no point of putting 2 there. Steal, there was no point of putting 2 there. Block, same thing. So I was like, let me just move my agil down, and then I'm just going to use those 2 specialization cat breakers. So that's how I saved a little bit in the builder, if that makes sense. But that's where I put those 2 cat breakers from the specialization. Then I'm going to finish off ball handle probably with an 80. I'm trying to look at the Sigs. I just got this last cat breaker, so I didn't test out, do I need the 80? Do I not need the 80? That's kind of what I'm balancing right now. I don't want to waste a cat breaker, but probably next is going to be pass act. Because when I do grab a board and I'm trying to kick it out to my guard on 2s, the passes are like the animations they give me are like the longest like load ups. So that's just my play style, but I'm been holding the ball more and just going out and taking it back myself. So you have 2 options with that to put it on pass act. If you don't want to put it on pass act, I would recommend what I'm probably going to do after pass act, if I do pass act, is driving dunk. That can get me up to like a 90. What is that? 10, basically 9 more. That's at 96. And then you could do vert 2 if you wanted to add the contact dunks. I really don't want the contact dunks. I really don't care for them. So I'll probably just do pass act, just call it there. And then maybe a little bit of driving dunk because I already have a 6'5 slasher, but that's pretty much that. Badges, yeah, you can't see what I had them on before, but yeah, this is pretty much how it looks right now. You can't see these max plus ones because these are seasoned. I still don't have the crew ones yet. But yeah, finish my defensive specialization. And then what else is next? My cigarillos. So jump shot, we'll go straight to that. I hit starter 4, so I have T-Max base. So I'm using T-Mac, Beluga, Sandhauser, 42% Beluga, 3/4 speed. This jumper is freaking chicken. I shoot like 82% on 2s now. I think I was using this one before, and it was still chicken, but T-Max bases, I like T-Max base. I've been using it for a minute. This one I was not using this one. So yeah, that's the jumper. Use the T-Mac base one if you have it. If not, use that second one I showed you guys. These are all the Sigs I'm using. You guys can look at them, run through them. Most important one on this side is probably Alex Caruso's motion style. Really good for defensive sliding and everything. And then here is what I'm using here. Like I said, I just changed these Sigs. I just got that cat breaker. I was using KD before I got that last cat breaker. I didn't like it, so Paul George is where I'm at now. And then when I get that last cat breaker, I'll see what I move when I get that 80 ball handle. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Dunks, I'll just run through them real quick what I'm using. I don't really like 2-foot dunks, but this one's not bad. The leaning slants, it's pretty quick, and then you get the contacts. So you guys can look through this. that one, and I just got Ron and Obi on. So, and then all these lobs that you can get. So that's the build. You can use them anywhere. Just so you guys can see, I played stage ones. I played stage ones with this build, yeah. And these aren't all stage ones. Some of them are a little bit of twos, but I'm 60-5 in the stage. Haven't used this build anywhere else but the stage. I use them a little bit in Proving Grounds and a little bit in City 2s, so that's just what it looks like when that I'm using multiple builds. But yeah, that's pretty much all of that. Yeah, so that's the build. If you guys got any questions about the build, just drop them in the comments. Like and comment for me too. Sub up, and I really appreciate that because that really helps us out. So I'll catch you on the next one. Thank y'all for watching.